Buenas, aquí SplinterG en un nuevo gameplay de NOIRE. Seguimos con el capítulo 6, en la misión, el... Oh, se me olvidó, bueno, pero era algo de caído. Aquí lo van a ver, bueno. Increíble cómo se olvida tan rápido los juegos. Esa, el ídolo caído. Creo que está un poquito fuerte. Espero en el stream y la grabación no.
Phelps, Bukowski, you have a new case. 2 women, possible drink drive.
How is that a case?
The broad says she was doped and that somebody tried to kill her.
Where did this take place?
That's the bit you're gonna love. Right across the street.
What?
A Chevy Styline took a nosedive off the escarpment, fetched up underneath a Cola King billboard. Up to it, boys. We got bad guys to catch.
Chuta.
I want to make comments.
Nueva pista, víctimas drogadas. Nueva pista, Chevy Styline. Nuevo objetivo, investiga el accidente.
Look at you dancing with
Ya.
There's a tear in my eye watching my caterpillar grow wings. I'm just trying to fit in. Educated,
Voy a bajar
hardworking.
un poquito los FPS, pero no se note tanto la grabación. Debe ser cuando estoy subiendo el video y descargando la actualización de un juego. Ya,
Can you drive to this one? Her face looks familiar. Well, that's June Ballard, Tarzan's sister, beast of the Amazon. She's married to Guy McAfee. The captain has moved to Vegas now, but the two of them still have juice. Phelps, traffic.
Detective Phelps. Hey, Bukowski. Long time no see.
You could have called this in by megaphone, Enrique. Phelps, this is Enrique Gonzalez. Enrique was a pretty decent middleweight. What do we have, Gonzalez?
Broad drives right through the empty lot and off the side of the escarpment. Her story is that a movie producer doped her and her friend and sent the car over the cliff.
Was anyone hurt?
Driver's beat up. Not too bad considering. If she hadn't hit that billboard, we'd be scraping both of them off the pavement. Passenger's a Jessica Hamilton. She's just a kid. She's pretty knocked around.
Kid gonna be all right?
I think so. They've taken her to central receiving. If you want to take a look around, stall the ambulance.
Thanks. Do that.
One more thing. Watch out for the driver. Cuts rough.
Yeah.
This ain't the red carpet, so get out of my lens.
If you're looking for the coroner, he's down by the crash
Veamos
site.
primero. Intuición. No hay nada. Ya solo hay que hablar con la tipa entonces, ¿no?
Mrs. McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
I prefer to use my maiden name, June Ballard. You might be familiar with some of my work.
Can you tell us what happened here?
La cara es la misma
You're
de la
kind of
misión
cute
anterior, ¿o no?
cop.
O la misma
Maybe a bit
hueá,
on
weón.
the serious side.
What about me, June? I'm a big fan of Beast
You?
of...
I don't like. Keep out of this.
Sí.
We understand that you're still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says that you claimed that you were drugged. Who did this to you?
That rat slipped us a Mickey Finn. It's no wonder I feel so dopey. I can't remember.
Su cara.
It's a serious offense to withhold information from the police during a criminal investigation, madam.
I told you to call me June. You're making me feel like an old lady. And don't bother your handsome head about this. My husband will settle the score with Mark Bishop.
Bishop. Se me hace
You
conocí
mentioned a Mark Bishop.
ese
You think he might have had something to do with this?
apellido, weón.
He is
Creo
a
que
movie
está en una
producer.
serie, weón. No me acuerdo cuál.
As for his
Serie o película.
involvement,
Bishop.
you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
It's not going to play that way, Mrs. McAfee. We'll take it from there.
Relax, detective. You're not nearly as cute when you're mad.
Sutra la weá, ¿no? Okay.
This is a big scene,
Obviously,
Phelps.
your little
We need to get our
help
bearings.
things work at the studio.
Let's go see the coroner.
¿Y ahí ahora? ¿Qué ahora? Investigar por acá. Empezar por ahí, ¿no? No, ¿qué tenemos?
You'll want to see this, Phelps. There, laid out on the trunk. And that isn't even the best part.
Chuch. Me rajaron la weá.
Torn off. Where did you find them?
They were stuffed in the young lady's handbag. I'll run a trace for semen when I get back to the lab.
¿Qué dice? Dile a Jesse, por favor, cariño, vuelva a casa. Si te preocupa tu padre, estate tranquila, te ha perdonado todo. Es una chica buena y decente, cariño, Hollywood no es para ti. Yo también tuve 15 años y quise ser como Clara Bow. Con mi traje elegante y besar a hombres. Eso es mucho de menos. Carta de su madre.
She's a long way from home. Advice?
This is a big scene, Phelps. We need to get our bearings. Let's go see the coroner.
Looks like they're lucky they weren't more badly injured.
Must have been unconscious. Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
Okay.
Drunk driver? How so?
Well, a head I found without a body piqued my interest. See what you think.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. Is it real?
No. I think it's supposed to be a replica of an Indian shrunken head. It's some kind of curio or movie prop. See the casting marks?
What's it made from?
Plaster of Paris would be my first guess, then painted.
So we can rule out the murder angle?
No, you can rule that in. That thing was wedging the accelerator to the floor. Whoever did it wanted these women dead. Catch all the good ones, Phelps.
We should speak to Ballard again. She might not be telling us the whole story.
Vamos a hablar con la buena entonces.
What can you tell us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton. Poor Jessica. It's been a rough day for her. She's desperate to break into movies. What more can I say?
Mira su cara, weón.
How old is Jessica, Mrs. Ballard?
I couldn't say how old Jessica is. Old enough, sweetheart, as the saying goes.
We found a shrunken head. It was used to tamper with your car.
You see, I normally don't drive off cliffs. The last thing I remember is getting behind the wheel.
It's obviously some kind of movie prop. You must know where it came from.
In case you hadn't noticed, I am the talent. And the talent doesn't deal with props or sets or any of that kind of stuff. Why don't you ask Mark Bishop which prop house he uses?
Mrs.
No,
McCaffrey,
no.
I think it would be in everyone's best interest if you accompanied Patrolman Gonzalez back to the receiving hospital.
I'm going to be okay. These guys can take me home after my lawyer and I have talked to the news house.
Mrs. McCaffrey, you are still under the influence of narcotics, and you're likely to go into shock once the drugs wear off.
And I thought you were a heel. It's nice of you to be concerned.
I think we're good here. Let's go see what we can shake out of the kid.
Excuse me, officer? I want to see.
Show's over. Keep moving, all of you.
My friends work for the Examiner. About $5 for the exclusive.
You can drive.
So, where you want to go?
Hospital Central entonces. Vamos para allá.
The cops in the newspaper.
No me da miedo.
KGPL to car 11K, 11 King. The car crash victim has regained consciousness at Central Receiving Hospital.
Hello, Detective Phelps, here to interview a Jessica Hamilton.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes. She's in the room, right behind you, Detective.
You can't hold me here. No, I don't need to be manhandled
Feeling better
by a
since
doctor.
this morning,
I need
Jessica?
my lawyer.
A little.
Hey, where
My
is
head
the
still feels
telephone?
swollen.
Do you know who I am?
Hello, Jessica. My name is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
Can you tell me what you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy. I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
Está mintiendo.
You're holding out on me, Jessica.
Please, I want my doctor. I'm not sure I can answer any more questions right now.
We need to get in touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with Aunt June. They trust her to take care of me.
Mentira, ahí sí está mintiendo.
Jessica,
No.
if you don't want me to call your father, you better tell me
Pero
what happened.
weón.
Please, please don't call Daddy. Why are you being so horrible to me? Can't you see what I've been through?
How did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big movie star. You probably know that. She's doing a new movie.
What do you know about Bishop?
He makes movies. I had to do a screen test. That's when you say some lines in front of the camera with the lights turned on you.
How much is this gonna set me back?
Puta la weá, weón. Voy a reiniciar el caso, weón. Porque lo estoy haciendo súper mal, weón. Ay, no debería hacer esta weá, pero no lo voy a hacer, no. Voy a reiniciar el agua, weón. Una lata, pero bueno, no importa, weón. De hecho, no lo voy a grabar de nuevo, lo voy a dejar ahí nomás, weón. Pico. Lo hacemos más rápido ahora, weón. Puta la weón.
Phelps, Bukowski, you have a new case. 2 women, possible drink drive.
How is that a case?
The broad says she was doped and that somebody tried to kill her.
Where did this take place?
That's the bit you're gonna love. Right across the street.
What?
A Chevy Styline took a nosedive off the escarpment, fetched up underneath a Cola King billboard. Up to it, boys. We got bad guys to catch.
El agua más rápido, sí.
Guy gave his wife a tab. I said all's fair in love and war.
See you later, fellas. Try not to work too hard.
Look at you dancing with the girl. Brings a tear to my eye watching my caterpillar grow wings.
I'm just trying to fit in.
Educated, hardworking, straight as an arrow. They break it to you cold, but never fit in.
Her face looks familiar. Well, that's June Ballard, Tarzan's sister, beast of the Amazon. She's married to Guy McAfee. The captain has moved to Vegas now, but the two of them still have
Lo
Jules.
malo es que se pueden adelantar la escena, ¿no? Son una lata, weón.
Phelps, traffic.
Detective Phelps. Hey, Bukowski. Long time no see.
You could have called this in by megaphone, Enrique. Phelps, this is Enrique Gonzalez. Enrique was a pretty decent middleweight. What do we have, Gonzalez?
Broad drives right through the empty lot and off the side of the escarpment. Her story is that a movie producer doped her and her friend and sent the car over the cliff.
Was anyone hurt?
Driver's beat up. Not too bad considering. If she hadn't hit that billboard, we'd be scraping both of them off the pavement. Passenger's a Jessica Hamilton. She's just a kid. She's pretty knocked around.
Kid gonna be all right?
I think so. They've taken her to central receiving. If you want to take a look around, stall the ambulance.
Thanks. Do that.
One more thing. Watch out for the driver. She cuts rough.
This ain't the red carpet, so get out of my lane. If you're looking for the coroner, he's down by the crash site.
¿Dónde estoy aquí primero, weón? No, bueno, sí. La primera era duda, la segunda verdadero.
You'll want to see this, Phelps. There, laid out on the trunk. And that isn't even the best part.
They've been torn off. Where did you find them?
They were stuffed in the young lady's handbag. I'll run a trace for semen when I get back to the lab.
Este no lo vamos a leer, obviamente. Ya lo leí.
She's a long way from home. Looks like they're lucky they weren't more badly injured.
Must have been unconscious. Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
Drunk driver?
Maybe not.
How so?
Well, a head I found without a body piqued my interest. See what you think.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. Is it real?
No. I think it's supposed to be a replica of an Indian shrunken head. It's some kind of curio or movie prop. See the casting marks?
What's it made from?
Plaster of Paris would be my first guess, then painted.
So we can rule out the murder angle?
No, you can rule that in. That thing was wedging the accelerator to the floor. Whoever did it wanted these women dead.
How does someone manage to tip their ride straight off a cliff? If the driver's in a fit state, we should ask.
Mrs. McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
I prefer to use my maiden name, June Ballard. You might be familiar with some of my work.
Can you tell us what happened here?
You're kind of cute for a cop. Maybe a bit on the serious side.
What about me, June? I'm a big fan of
You?
Beast of...
I don't like. Keep out of this.
We understand that you're still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says that you claimed that you were drugged. Who did this to you?
That rat slipped us a Mickey Finn. It's no wonder I feel so dopey. I can't remember.
It's a serious offense to withhold information from the police during a criminal investigation, madam.
I told you to call me June. You're making me feel like an old lady. And don't bother your handsome head about this. My husband will settle the score with Mark Bishop.
What can you tell us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton. Poor Jessica. It's been a rough day for her. She's desperate to break into movies. What more can I say?
And she's your protege?
You could say that. Yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
We found a shrunken head. It was used to tamper with your car.
You see, I normally don't drive off cliffs. The last thing I remember is getting behind the wheel.
You don't remember where the head came from?
I don't know anything about a head. Why is everybody talking about a goddamn head? Isn't anyone interested in how I am?
No, puta la wea.
You mentioned a Mark Bishop. He might have had something to do with this.
He is a movie producer. As for his involvement, you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
It's not going to play that way, Miss McAfee. We'll take it from there.
Relax, detective. You're not nearly as cute when you're mad.
Mrs. McAfee, I think it would be in everyone's best interest if you accompanied Patrolman Gonzalez back to the receiving hospital.
I'm being taken in?
You could say that.
On what grounds?
On the grounds that you are under the influence of narcotics and that you are withholding information from the police.
My husband is going to want a word with you, Sonny Jim.
I think we're good here. Let's go see what we can shake out of the kid.
Oh, mucho muere.
The early bird gets the worm. The second mouse gets the cheese.
Grabaría todo de nuevo.
You know the way.
24
You can drive.
minutos perdí el pedo.
And where exactly are we going?
Ah, qué paso. Durmieron luego la voz que todo de hambre.
KGPL to car 11K, 11 King. The car crash victim has regained consciousness at Central Receiving Hospital.
Así es como no se hace esta misión, po, weón. Se ve súper mal todo, qué paja, weón. Qué rabia cuando me sale la weón.
Hello, Detective Phelps, here to interview a Jessica Hamilton.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes.
She's in the room, right behind you, Detective.
You can't hold me here. No, I don't
Feeling
need
better
to be
since this
manhandled
morning,
by a
Jessica?
doctor. I need my lawyer. Hey,
My lawyer.
where is your telephone? Do you know who I am?
Hello, Jessica. My name is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
Y estas dos primeras
Can
son
you tell me what
verdaderas.
you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy. I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
You could have died in the crash, Jessica. Why would someone want to kill you?
Someone wants to kill me? I wouldn't know anything about that. I just went along with Junie. She knows all about the movie business.
Pero si la anterior le puse falso, weón. Ah, weón.
We need to get in touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with Aunt June. They trust her to take care of me.
Legally, you're still a minor, Jessica. We have to inform your parents.
Please, please don't do that. My daddy will kill me.
How did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big movie star. You probably know that. She's doing a new movie.
What's the story with Bishop and Mrs. McAfee? Why does he want the two of you dead?
That can't be true. Mr. Bishop seemed very happy today. I mean, yesterday.
And that's why he wedged a shrunken head against the accelerator pedal and punted the two of you over an escarpment?
I overheard Junie speaking to him on the phone a couple of times. Screaming, really. She can be very hard sometimes, Junie. But they seemed okay yesterday, like they worked it out.
I know what happened to you, Jessica. Where exactly did it take place?
Please, it's scary. It's really difficult to think of anything.
Someone tried to kill you, Jessica. Do you get it? Forget about being in movies. It's time to act like a grown-up.
Cuánto mal, loco.
I had to wear a robe and lay down on a stone. There were lights, a camera. It's not my fault. I'm not a bad girl. Why are you trying to hurt me?
You should think about going home, Jessica. You're getting mixed up with people who will treat you like last week's trash.
Are you crazy? I can't go home. I want to be a star.
Oh, no sé si me va a servir este caso, la verdad que se lo tengo que hacer de nuevo.
Lambs that go willingly to slaughter. Who the hell is that?
Must be her lawyer. He certainly expedited her release.
I don't like it, Cole. Why is she in such a hurry? We should follow her. There she goes. Come on.
Ballard is definitely up to something. She seems to have made a remarkably speedy recovery.
I can't believe my eyes.
Get in there and see what she's up to.
goddamn wedding.
Baby? No! I don't want him taught a lesson. You know what I want. Well, then make someone else do it! You still know people out here, don't you? Then make some calls! I'm gonna be very clear about this. You get this done, or I'm... Wilson's Hotel. Mr. Mark Bishop, that son of a bitch, lives in apartment 803. Sure, I got the film.
I love these waitresses. Everyone's a dog.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Do we know where we're going?
So what's the story? I'm guessing she didn't stop for light refreshments.
She made a call. Sounds like Mark Bishop has a heap of trouble headed his way. I've got an address. Wilson's Hotel, apartment 803.
Oh, shit. You better step on it.
If he's got any sense, he'll be as far away from home as
No sé si
possible.
me dará
If you had any
paso con
sense,
esa
you
weá,
wouldn't have
weón.
tried bumping off Guy McCaffrey's wife in the first place. Or he'd done the job properly. McCaffrey will break a fella's legs just for looking at his property.
What did you make of the kid? You believe her story? I think she was doped out of her tiny mind and given the casting couch. That fucking bitch Ballard sold her out.
So if Ballard was doing someone a favor, why did they try to kill her?
All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803, Wilson's Apartment Hotel, 1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park. 11K code 3, all other units code 2. KGPL clear.
Roger, KGPL. 11K en route.
All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803, Wilson's Apartment Hotel, 1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park. 11K code 3, all other units code 2. KGPL clear.
Que se demoró la weá en llegar, uno hubiera llegado más rápido yo, weón. $808 era el número, ¿cierto?
I'm Detective Phelps. We received a call about a domestic disturbance in apartment 803.
Oh, the detectives. Listen, Mrs. Bishop's pretty upset. Take the elevator and then left down the corridor. It's the last door on the right.
Sounds like we're about to make it a hat trick of hysterical female witnesses.
Vaya.
LAPD, ma'am. Are you in danger?
I'm all right now. You just missed them. Horrible, awful men.
Are you injured, Mrs.
Mrs. Bishop. Gloria Bishop. Please, come in, officers. I'll just need to sit down for a moment. Forgive me.
That's perfectly normal, ma'am.
Just look at this mess.
We'll take a quick search of the premises, ma'am. You take a moment to gather your thoughts.
I will. Thank you, officer.
Doesn't look like anything. incidental. It would take a smarter man than me to connect that. Not everything here is going to be relevant. It doesn't appear to be connected. Doesn't tell me anything. What do you have to do to earn $20,000? This doesn't pertain to the case. Presented to Mark. I don't think so.
Guanaco?
Doesn't give me anything to go on. Looks like the old movie set downtown. Great Wall of Babylon. A replica of a replica. Don't think this is anything. Circumstantial.
Y a ver qué nos tiene por acá. Nada. Hay que ver esta web porque igual te marcas como web vista. No dijo nada de esto.
Maybe. No. Not much help.
No.
I doubt it. Nothing significant. Looks like a mermaid in the background. Silver screen. Who are these men in the picture?
My husband, Mark, and Marlon Hopgood. They work together on occasion. That's Hopgood's shop.
There's the set. Hollywood's own little piece of Babylon.
Y a ver.
Those men, I think they work for Guy McAfee. Do you know the name?
No. Why should I?
June Ballard is married to Guy McAfee. Have you heard of her?
That slut. She's been badgering my husband for days.
Mrs. McAfee alleges that your husband tried to kill her and her friend last night. I think you should tell us what you know.
My husband's a movie producer. This has something to do with his new picture. He doesn't include me in his business.
June Ballard said she had a deal to be in his new picture.
Mark repeatedly told her no. He had Joan Leslie lined up for the role. That's how he got the finance. June made all kinds of threats. She was very rude to me.
You know June Ballard?
We were both on the same picture a few years back. That's how I met my husband.
Where can we find your husband, ma'am?
He told me he would be on set. That's all I know.
You are complicit in all of this, Gloria. You know what happens to these poor deluded kids, and you go along with it. I need to find your husband.
Why'd you come to Hollywood, detective? Handsome young man like you might find a little something in the movies. You've never thought about it?
No, I haven't.
Well, then you must be the only person in this burg who hasn't. We're born into temptation, detective. It's character that determines what we do about it.
Why is your husband paying Lorna Hopgood $20,000?
Lorna? Marlon's ex-wife? Are you sure?
Your husband looks like he's being blackmailed. They obviously have something on him if he's prepared to kill to cover it up. Why is the payment going to Hopgood and not McAfee?
Lorna works at a check-cashing place in Hollywood. You need to ask Hopgood why he needs that much money in cash.
Your husband is in trouble. It could go easier for him if you were more helpful, Mrs. Bishop.
He's a big boy, detective, and so are you. This is Hollywood. There's always a deal to be done.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a location on a silver screen prop store.
Just a moment. Silver Screen Props, corner 3rd and Figueroa.
Thank you.
Ya. No.
An aging movie star, a wannabe starlet, and a movie producer's wife. They're finally rubbing shoulders with the almost rich and famous.
And from the stories they've given us, clearly none of them can act. You're behind the wheel.
Where are we going?
Mrs. Bishop knows more than she's letting on.
She doesn't seem to realize how much trouble her husband is in. The LAPD are the least of their worries right now.
You'd think she'd have gotten the hint after those hatchet men redecorated her apartment.
Maybe she's just loyal.
Or she's in on it. She didn't seem like your average giddy broad with nothing between the ears.
Or she might just be trying to buy enough time for Bishop to put a couple of oceans between him and McAfee.
Phelps and Bukowski, LAPD. We're investigating the attempted murder of June Ballard and Jessica Hamilton.
Christ! I'm Marlon Hopgood. How can I help?
You hold castings here?
How'd you hear about that? I got a little soundstage out back.
Lead the way.
Keep him here, Stefan. I'm gonna take a look around.
What's this got to do with me?
Don't try my patience, knucklehead.
Doping a 15-year-old kid and abusing her in a screen test. What is wrong with these people?
Oh. Mira la cabeza, weón. La misma, weón. La weá fea, weón.
Turn off the lights, Hopgood.
Why would I want to do that?
Humor him.
One-way mirrors. There's a room on the other side.
Huh. Well. Find a way into that peep den, Phelps. I'll stay here and keep our pervert company.
Don't think this is any use to us. Not sure this means much.
Can't be that way, Phelps. You couldn't fit a rat through there.
No good to me.
Mira, los weones se masturban, weón.
You ever do any work for Mark Bishop?
Mainly do work for the studios. RKO, Republic, Warner Brothers. So yeah, when Bishop is doing work for a studio, yes.
When did you last see him?
Now I'm doing work for his next picture. Still pre-production though. Haven't seen him around here in a while.
He was here yesterday, and something happened that pushed him over the edge. You're holding out on us, Hopgood.
You know, I have very good connections with the Vice Squad.
And well, there's a surprise.
They won't appreciate you coming in here and strong-arming me. I have some friends in the LAPD, so I won't be leaned on.
Todo mal, weón. Qué lata, weón. Hay que hacer algo, ¿no? A ver. Ah, los periódicos. Vamos a verlo, ¿no? Pues hay que verlo, weón. Lo que ver.
Listen, I have to call you back. I got some business here.
Sit down, Courtney. This is Mickey. Mickey, this is Courtney Sheldon. What would you like to drink?
Scotch. Straight up.
I hear you're back at school learning to be a doctor, kid.
Yes. That's right, Mr.
So
Cohen.
you want to be a doctor and a dope peddler. Interesting combination, huh?
Do we have a problem, Mr. Cohen?
We might have, yeah. Selling your dope to my boy Lenny looked like a good move, but Lenny has been supplying, wholesale, so to speak. The Bindle boys in this town aren't used to the juice without a little of the middleman taking his cut.
Lenny promised that wouldn't happen, Mr. Cohen. And Lenny works for you.
What can I say about Lenny? Let me think. Oh yeah, he's a putz. And he's lazy, and he's greedy, but he's my wife's brother. How can you make a cake with those ingredients, huh?
So how is that my problem, Mr. Cohen?
Well, kid, the only way we're going to be able to make this work is to do some repackaging. We need to get the dope out of those dinky little cardboard boxes and...
Surrettes.
Yeah, surrettes. Great. And put into big vats, we can water it down a little bit.
I won't bore you with the chemistry, but it doesn't work that way. You're likely to kill even more people.
Okay, listen. We want to buy you out, kid. I'll offer you 50 grand. Hey, hey! You don't like my offer? The Sheldon kid? I think I want him dead.
Sheldon Cooper. A ver, vamos a ver. Tres de 13.
So this is where you sprang from.
Qué miedo, weón. Se parece a la esposa del del The Walking Dead, el negro, el Morgan, la que muere, weón. La que se parecía a ella, weón.
I think your problem is with Bishop.
The room behind the mirror
Any
makes our
ideas?
case. We need to find a way in.
¿Qué tengo que hacer? No entiendo. No pasa nada acá, weón. No, estoy perdido, no sé qué hay que hacer, weón.
I'm at a loss.
The dead end alley. There's something weird about it. Go check it out.
Yo investigué acá, pues, weón. Tambores de la selva.
Jungle drums, 8th and Francisco. Attention, Mark Bishop.
So what happened to the film of Hamilton's screen test? I wonder if they saw this, how many budding starlets would still get on the bus to come to Hollywood.
Está ahí en el baño. Un degenerado, weón. Es que me veo, ¿sabes? Ya. Viejo culiao, te hace cagar, concha tu madre.
McAfee's men are looking for Bishop. We need to find him first. Any idea where he might have gone to ground?
If he really tried to kill McAfee's wife, my advice to him would be to leave town.
You're delivering props to Jungle Drums on 8th Street?
Bishop is using that old rundown wreck of a set. That place is dangerous. But it might be a good spot to hide.
That's all for now, Hopgood. We're taking you in.
Phelps! Roy Earl, ad vice. Hold on a moment. This is clearly a vice case. You've been roughing up my informant?
Hopgood is a vice informer?
Yes, he is, Phelps, and a very important one. Look at that mug. Have you been upsetting these two officers, Marlin?
So we just drop it?
You do if you know what's good for you. You need to catch the movie producer before an angry husband does, from what I'm hearing.
I'll be making a full report to the captain, Detective.
You do that, kid. We're all very impressed with you.
Let it slide, Cole. Let's get out of here.
Oh, maricón.
Detectives.
Johnny Goldberg. You work for Mickey C.
That's right, detectives.
You wouldn't happen to know the guys who roughed up Mrs. Bishop earlier today by any chance?
No, not us. We don't do that kind of thing. It's the husband we'd like to talk to.
This is a police matter. You don't want to be taken in for obstruction of justice, do you, boys?
You could try the obstruction rap, but it won't stick. We could beat that.
You've had your 10 cents worth, gentlemen.
Bishop knows how the world works. Mrs. McAfee hits him up for a movie part. Happens every day. But Bishop takes it a step too far and tries to rub out Mrs. McAfee. Naturally, Guy is going to get upset.
What made you think Bishop would be here?
We figure he might be planning a little accident for Hopgood, too. Those two guys have got some unfinished business. You let us know if you find Bishop. Guy McAfee can be a very generous man.
I'm only going to warn you once, gentlemen, to stay out of this. This is a police matter. We will be bringing Mark Bishop into custody.
At least he's polite. Kind of dumb, but polite.
But I'm a lot less polite, you smug son of a bitch. So let me put it in ruder terms that even a pair of blockheads like you might understand. The only reason that you don't have bars on your windows already is because you're small fry. And we don't waste our time on small fry. You stay away from Bishop, and you stay away from me. Is that clear enough for you, asshole? Now run along back to your boss so we can pat you on the head and tell you what good boys you are.
Clara la weá, no, porque culiao. Imagino. Hijo, la gran chile.
I don't think they...
Vuelta con Chetumal.
You know the way. You can drive.
Una hora de capítulo, conchetumare, que pudo haber sido hoy 40 minutos.
Let's see him chase us now. Onto the movie set, Phelps.
Pero como reinicié la weá, weón.
Oh, Christ.
Ay, Dios mío.
They say working traffic is like watching
O sea, ni
paint
siquiera lo hice
dry.
bien,
You know how
weón.
to piss people off, Picasso.
Hey,
Toma, toma.
they're prepared to gun down cops in broad daylight. McAfee really means business.
Seems like we're the only ones who want Bishop alive.
I have a good mind just to let him go work on the son of a bitch. I'm about done putting my life on the line to protect some child molester.
That's our job, unfortunately. They don't get to dole out the justice.
Así es la weá, weón. Hasta el día de hoy la weá así. Todo con la weá de los derechos humanos, weón. Se meten en puras weá. Perros, culiados, weón.
There's the slippery bastard now.
No. God damn it! Get him, Phelps. I'll cover the exit.
Espera. Ahora sí.
Mark Bishop, stop! LAPD! 11K calling KGPL, requesting assistance at H and Francisco.
¿Dónde está, weón?
Movie set. Partner is pursuing suspect on foot. Code 3, KGPL. We're trying to help you, Bishop. This is all a big mistake.
¿Cómo corre el culo?
It's us or McAfee's boys. Your choice. I didn't do anything.
De repente se convirtió en un charter, la weá.
Get the hell out of here, you goddamn maniac!
Arre,
That's enough.
viejo, weón.
That girl made it all up. Don't make this any harder on yourself, Bishop. What the hell?
Chus. Piensa de la vida, weón.
Hands in the air, Bishop. Move another inch and you're dead.
Mark Bishop, you're under arrest for the attempted murder of June Ballard and the rape and attempted murder of Jessica Hamilton.
All right, I'll come quietly. Just don't kill me. If you found me, then McAfee's goons will too. Oh, we need to get out of here.
All right, but you stay close. Any tricks, and I'll save McAfee's boys the trouble.
Follow me. I know another way out of this place. Christ, detective, they're trying to kill me.
Last chance to back the hell down.
Asómate, conchito.
It's this way.
McAfee doesn't make the rules. You hear me?
Kill them, for God's sake! I don't want to die!
Really
Oh my God, they're everywhere!
pero hay que dispararle la web.
There's no way out of here. I thought you said you knew where you were going.
We have to jump for it.
LAPD, you're making a big mistake. Last chance to back the hell down.
¿Cómo no tengo
It's this way.
tres balazos, weón?
McCaffrey doesn't make the rules.
This is worse than a war zone.
Pretty brave for a dead man. LAPD, you're making a big mistake.
Mira esta weá, este uno, que se prende sobre todo. Gueta no.
Is this really the best McCaffrey's got? Weapons on the ground, now! Oh my God, they're everywhere! Get him over here, I'll cover you! Come on, the cavalry's here!
Those barrels at the base of the elephant column. They're full of gasoline. Shoot them quickly.
Pero hermano. Ando lerdo, no. No es mi vida para esta hueá.
Come on, the cavalry's here!
Todo mal, culiao. No se me sale ni una hueá, weón.
McCaffrey doesn't make the rules. You hear me? I'll kill every last one of you if I have to. Follow me. We need to get him to the car. LAPD, you're making a big mistake. Is this really the best McCaffrey's got? Now you can keep that, you fuck.
Sómate, conchetumare, sómate, conchetumare.
You have to get me out of here.
Get to the car. I can cover you from here. You're almost there. How long do you think you can hold out?
Este otro weón. Toma.
For the love of God, how many are
Toda la jambeca.
Now, this is what I call a result. Mark Bishop, erstwhile film producer, an all-around piece of shit, catches a fast ticket to Quentin for statutory rape and attempted murder. So he gets to spend the next 15 years playing sissy instead of sticking it to little girls. That is justice with a capital J, Detective Phelps. Developed such a reputation, I'm not going to be able to hold on to you any longer. You're getting promoted. Go on, get your new assignment. It was good working with you, son.
La cara, weón. Está bien, sí. Y este hijo de la perra.
Phelps, Bukowski, this your work?
Can I help you, Detective?
Sorry, Cap. Didn't see you there.
Yeah, I'll bet you didn't. This is a traffic case. You need something?
I'm here to buy a drink for the 2 LAPD traffic cops who broke the back of Guy McAfee's private army. You don't have a problem with that, do you, Captain?
Go right ahead.
Get in. I'm buying.
Sospechoso este weón. Algo se trama. Un capítulo largo, weón.
You'll like this place. A lot of movie people hang out here. You like jazz, Cole? The hopheads love it.
Sure, I guess.
Big bands and swing I can understand, but this bebop palaver? How are you supposed to dance to that?
Bebop.
This is Phelps, Leroy. Be nice to him. You'll like this place. They treat you right.
You like a table, Roy?
What do you think we want to do? Stand at the bar like
I'll
chumps?
get a table ready for you then.
Don't look so happy to see me, Alphonse. I might get the wrong impression. Cole, this is Alphonse. He's a French Negro from Africa. Can you beat that?
The Congo.
A pleasure to meet you, Alphonse. Is Elsa singing tonight?
Yes, she is. She has the next set.
Come on, Cole. You can meet Elsa while they're fixing us a table. You'll like her. She's something else.
Maybe another night, Roy. She's pretty beat up about it.
Get your hands off me. Don't ever tell me what to do or what not to do, Alphonse.
Chud.
You got a nice club here. Don't spoil it.
If you will follow me, detectives. Just through the door.
He was my only real friend, Harley. We went through it all. Do you realize what he meant to me?
Of course I do.
You have no idea. You said it was construction work.
It was an industrial accident, Elsa. How can I be held responsible?
Elsa, are you going on?
Louis, for God's sake, he was my best friend. The only man who ever loved me without putting his hands on me.
Hi, Elsa. Here's someone I'd like you to meet. Cole Phelps, war hero and crime fighter extraordinaire.
And why would I want to meet another fascist from the LAPD?
Sorry about this, Cole. What an evening I'm having. First a Negro puts his hands on me, and then this. Who do you think you're talking to, you German junkie whore? Don't you ever forget your place with me again. Do you hear me? Evening, Doc. How's business?
Sanguine. Louis, help me here. I'm gonna have to give her something before her performance.
Blow it off, Cole. These artsy-fartsy types always get a little flighty. Meet Dr. Harlan Fontaine, doctor to the stars. Mr. Fix-It to the mental wreckage of Hollywood. So what about that drink, boys?
La wea mala, weón. David with good intention. Pésima wea. Pésimo, pésimo, pésimo. Y bueno, gente, espero que les haya gustado este episodio de NOIRE. La verdad es que se me dio pésimo la wea, bastante mal. Pero bueno, si les gustó, no olviden de suscribirse, darle me gusta, comentar y seguirme en Twitch. Pistas encontradas 16 de 18. No estuvo mal. Preguntas correctas 15, 5 de 13, weón. Brillo, weón. Nada. 20, weón. Pero me ascendieron. Homicidios, comisaría de Central División 1. Y bueno, nos vemos en la siguiente edición de NOIRE. Chao, chao.